Okay, we're still in section 5-6, and we need to try a couple problems to make sure we know what we're doing. So the first one I want you to try, 5-6, is page 323, and I want you to try number 30. So number 30, find all solutions. Find solutions. Okay, your equation, x cubed minus 4x squared plus 9x minus 36. Okay, give that a shot. Go ahead and pause this, and I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, let's go ahead and try. Let's go ahead and try. So find the solutions. So what I need to do first is just someplace to get started. Now, if you notice you can factor this, that will be helpful. You can factor this by grouping. Just write them all in to the grid, and then you can factor out. But let's graph this and see someplace where we can get started here. So x cubed minus 4x squared plus 9x minus 36. And let's graph this. All of the rational roots have to be whole numbers because I have a 1 here. So it's going to be, the rational root theorem. It's going to be something over 1. And so all the rational possible roots have to be whole numbers. And 4 looks good, right? Trace to 4. And I only need one solution because once I divide by that using synthetic division, I'll have something with an x squared. I'll have a second degree equation. And then I can just go from there and use the quadratic formula. So the solution I found on my graph was 4. 1, negative 4, 9, and negative 36. 4 times 1 is 4, 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 9, 4 times 9 is 36. There we go. Okay, so remember this is just a number. That's an x, and that's an x squared. So what I have here, x squared plus 9 equals 0. And I can solve this directly. There's no b. There's no middle term. So let's move the 9 over. X squared equals negative 9. X equals, well, the square root of negative 9 plus or minus, because it's a square root. The square root of 9 is 3. But it's a negative 9, so plus or minus 3i. So find the solutions, 4 and plus or minus 3i. 4 plus 3i minus 3i. And I guess I didn't need to write the plus there, right? We know it's positive. Oh, well. Let's try one more together. How about 34? 34. X cubed minus 4x squared. X cubed minus 4x squared minus x plus 22. Okay, so we're going to find the roots, find the zeros, find the solutions. Does it say, what does it say? It says find all the zeros. Find zeros. Sorry about that. You can see my misspelling yet again. Okay, so what we need to do is start with our graph to get something to start with. Okay, negative 2. Negative 2 is what we're going to start with. So negative 2, 1, negative 4, negative 1, 22. Copy down the coefficients. Oh, and hope you paused this. I will forget to do that for a while. Forget to say anything. So negative 2 times 6, that's 12. Add those up, you get 11, and this looks good. Negative 22. And this better come out to nothing. If you get a number here, you did it wrong. Or you chose the wrong number here. You did something wrong if that doesn't work out evenly. So make sure that works out evenly before you move on. If you try to move on from there, you're just asking for trouble. Okay, I have the middle term here, and that doesn't factor. You got an 11 there. That doesn't play very well. So I'm going to use the quadratic formula. Okay, a, b, c, x equals negative b, negative negative 6 plus or minus the square root of b squared. That'll be 36 minus 4ac. 4 times 1 is 4 times 11 is 44. all over 2a. 2 times 1 is 2. So I see I am going to have 36 minus 44. This is going to be the square root of a negative number. So yeah, I didn't see those other solutions on my graph. They're going to have an I in them. Okay, I only saw one real root. So this makes sense here that this will be negative. It shouldn't. If it's a positive number, we should have seen it on my graph somewhere. So let's see. 36 minus 44 is negative 8. I'm going to work on that negative 8 off to the side here. Square root of negative 8. Well, 8 is 4 times 2. So this will be 2i square root 2, okay? 8, you think of some perfect square that goes into it, and that's going to be 4. Okay, some perfect square is going to be 4, and that becomes a 2. And add on the I because it was a negative 8. So 6 plus or minus 2i square root 2 over 2. But then everything can take a factor of 2. You ignore whatever's inside the square root when we do this part. Just these numbers here. So x equals 3 plus or minus I square root 2. So your solutions are negative 2, 3 plus I square root 2, 3 minus I square root 2. And if you write it just with the plus or minus like there, that will be fine. I'm just trying to make a point. Go ahead and do your 3 questions and whatnot. Your assignment will be, well, you pause this. Okay, great. Your assignment will be, oh, where did I write it down? Basically, whatever's left from that part. So 31 through 37, but not 34 because we just did it. So do the rest of those problems in there just like this. And if you look over the rest of the problems in this section, they all basically say the same thing. The instructions always find the zeros or complex zeros or all this stuff. So that should be sufficient for your knowledge and brain.